Okay. Hello, Excellence. This is Miss Syed, and we are going to review the lesson from Tuesday, January 9th. Originally, this was January 8th's lesson, but since we had a snow day on Thursday, we're one day behind. On Friday, there was no math. So if you're looking for Monday's lesson, you're going to want to go to Thursday's date to review that lesson. So today we talked a lot about commission. We talked about what is commission. It's a certain pay structure. And let's take a look again at our Foot Locker versus Modell. So if I work at Foot Locker, I'm going to get $8 a day, $6 an hour, and I'm going to earn 5% of the value of each pair of shoes sold. If I work at Modell, I'm going to work $8 a day, but I'm going to get $10 an hour. So looking at that right off the bat, it looks like I'm going to make a lot more money working at Modell. So that should be where I choose. But let's take a look a little bit at this commission idea. So commission says that I earn 5% of the value of each pair of shoes sold. So I'll write that down. Commission. So at Foot Locker, let's see. Day one, I did $200 in sales. All right. So I made $6 an hour. 6 times 8 is equal to 48. Okay. So I made $48 plus 5% of $200. So 5% is 0.05. So I'm going to multiply that by 200. 5% of $200. In this case, not that much, okay? 5% of, oops, my dot keeps disappearing. I don't know why. 5% of $200 is $10. All right. So on day one, I made $58. And if I'd worked at Modell's, I would have made $10 times 8 hours. All right. So I would have made $80. So far, Modell's is looking good. Let's talk about day 2. All right. So I'm going to come back over here. Day 2, I worked, I made $6 for 8 hours. I have my baseline here of $48. Excuse me. Now this time I made $600. I sold, $600 worth of merchandise. So I'm going to have my 0.05 times 600. Okay. And that's going to give me $30. All right. So now I'm at 48 plus 30. So I made $78. Okay. Still not as much as I would have made at Modell's with my $80 a day. All right. All right, so let's go to day 3. Day 3, I'm figuring it out. I'm going to make $1,000 in sales on day 3. So I have, again, my base pay, $48. And then I'm going to have 5% or 0.05 of $1,000. Okay, and 0.5% of $1,000 is going to give me $50. Doing a little better now. So now I have $48 plus $50. And so today I made $98. Okay. And at Modell's, no matter how much I sell, I'm making $80 a day. Okay. So the idea here is if I have a store, my goal is to sell as much as possible. Now, if I hire you at Modell's and I say, okay, you get $8 or $10 an hour, 8 hours a day, you don't have any extra incentive to sell extra product. So you're making the same amount of money each day, no matter how much money you make me and my company. With commission, that gives the employee incentive to make as many sales as possible. So if I'm somebody who's great with people, I know how to move product, I know how to get people to buy things, I'm going to want to work where I can earn unlimited commission. Imagine a day like, for example, Black Friday, where a lot of people are coming in to buy shoes. So on that day, you're still earning your $6 an hour, but you might sell $10,000 worth of product. So these are the decisions that we make when we look for jobs, and we're talking about commission. It's also the decisions that store owners would make when they're deciding pay structures for employees. Do I want my employees to have to earn by selling, or do I want them to come and earn the same amount just by doing their job? And so you'll see differences in that for a while. So let's move on a little bit. We kind of just talked about this. Commission affects your earnings by sort of the better you are of a salesperson, the more money you're going to make. All right, so let's take a look at this real estate. Now, this is when people start earning real commission. Your aunt works as a real estate agent, and she gets paid on commission. Real estate agents typically do not make a base pay. They only make what they get in commission. She earns a 20% of the price of each house that she sells. All right, so that's her commission. 20% commission. How much will she earn if she sells a house for $1,200,000? All right, so she is making, she makes 20%, 20% commission. Sorry. Commission, and she sold a $1.2 million house. All right, not bad. So now what I need to do is I need to find 20% of $1.2 million. So I'm going to multiply 0.2 times $1.2 million. $1,200,000. So this is my percent, and this is my original. And when I multiply them together, I'm going to get her commission, which is $240,000. All right.